Okay, Bitcoin had a bit of a pullback here. Yesterday it hit $93,000. That is absolutely insane. It has been going up like crazy. It basically went from 66,000 to 93,000 in like 2 weeks. Okay, so we had a bit of a pullback since that 93K. We're back at just under 90,000. So that's completely okay, but we still have not yet had any sort of major pullback where I'm talking about at least like a $10,000 pullback, which you see pretty regularly. If we look back at previous bull cycles on the way up, especially when we're doing these big moves, Bitcoin tends to pull back $10,000, maybe even $15,000 along the way, which is obviously very, very scary, especially for those people who are just getting the FOMO and who are buying in at the top, and they buy in and then instantly it drops 10 or 15,000. It's super scary. Obviously leverage is super risky at those points because even a $10,000 drop, unless you're in very, very low leverage, you already get wiped out. So let me share with you some ideas, some thoughts, some suggestions, and what I'm looking for, which is basically I'm looking for a pullback, a major flush at some point. I don't know when it's going to come. If it happens now, if it happens in a week from now or 2 weeks from now, I don't know. But when we get that flush, we will know. It'll be like a $10,000 drop, most likely, maybe a little bit more. Everything pulls back. It wipes out the leverage, the late FOMO longs, and then that is going to be the place for me to look for altcoins, to maximum bid on those, to look for swing longs, even on low leverage, maybe up to 5x on altcoins, and then look for that altcoin season, that massive pump, where we see altcoins do maybe a 5 to 10x, and if you can catch those on a 5x leverage also, very, very cool. So let me dive in, let's get started. This is going to be a good one. As always, guys, I appreciate it if you smash the like button, share this with a friend, share it on your social media. I'm going to try and do these daily updates as much as possible to help you guys as much as possible. So the more you share it, the more people will get to see it, the more that anyone benefits. And before we start, a quick reminder, I'm doubling the price to my VIP membership on December 3rd. So that's literally in less than 3 weeks from now. So right now, you still have a chance to get in for 50% discount compared to what it's going to be. All the bonuses, all the features, everything I offer. It's 100% risk-free, 60-day money-back guarantee if you're not happy. But come and join us. In there, I'm sharing my daily trade ideas, market updates. If you like the stuff that I'm sharing in these videos, there's so much more inside my VIP. So come and sign up before the price doubles. Make the most out of this bull market. The link is in the description down below. So look, before we start out, let's look at this, the Fear and Greed Index. We are at extreme greed. We are at an 88 reading. It hasn't been this high for pretty much since the last bull market, as far as I remember. Now, obviously in the greed and euphoria phase, like we're seeing now, the complete FOMO phase of the bull market, this level can sustain for quite a while because there's just so much FOMO. We're seeing it all over the media now. We're starting to see social media influencers, even regular people that normally don't talk about crypto, are starting to talk about crypto again, which obviously brings in a lot of FOMO. We now have the Coinbase app on the Apple App Store under the finance ranking, being #1 in the US. And what this means is that historically this has always been kind of a sign that we're getting very close to the end of the cycle, because it means when there's retail FOMO. So now all your regular people who don't have crypto exchanges installed, who don't have the apps, they're hearing about crypto, they're seeing it pump, they go to their app store, they Google Coinbase, and they start downloading it. And then you start to obviously see the ranking of that Coinbase app move to the top of all the rankings because everyone is downloading it, so it makes it more popular, so it rises to the top. And that is why historically also that has been a warning sign that we are getting closer and closer to the end of the crypto cycle and not the beginning of it, like some people are saying. So look, that's only within the US and only within the finance category. So overall, I think there is still a bit of room, but we should treat it as a warning alongside the extreme greed. As Warren Buffett said, you want to be fearful when people are greedy, and you want to be greedy when people are fearful. The time to get greedy is in the bear market lows, when everyone is panicking, when everyone thinks crypto is dead, like at the end of 2022 during the FTX exchange collapse. That was time to get as greedy as possible, load up your bags. And now, during this extreme greed, especially over the coming days, weeks, and months, as this gets even crazier, that is not the time to get more greedy. That is the time to get more fearful and actually start to look to offload, remove your initial capital, cash out, take profits, and maybe even at some point, of course, get out of the markets all completely. That's up to you to decide. It's not financial advice here, but that is basically how it works in my opinion every time we've seen it. And this time I think it will be no different, regardless of the fact that everyone is saying that this time is different. Every single cycle people say this time is different. It's going to continue higher. We're already starting to see it. As price goes higher, people start to raise their price targets. You start to see it on TV. Now they're talking about $500,000 Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin. And as the price gets higher, people actually start to believe that that's a possibility. And of course, maybe there's a small percent chance that it is. But again, every single cycle this stuff happens. Every time they keep increasing the price targets. And it's always the same thing. Once things get too crazy, too overheated, there's too much euphoria, too much greed, and all the buyers have come in and the smart money has exited, the price reverses and it goes back down again, right? It's always the same thing. So, sure, long-term Bitcoin is going way up in my opinion. Yes, countries are getting involved, companies are buying it for their treasuries, pension funds are going to be buying it, yes. But at the same time, that might not all happen this cycle. It might not all happen in the next months. It could happen throughout the next several years. And long term, yes, that would mean likely we're going with 300,000, 500,000, maybe even $1 million in Bitcoin eventually. But right now, I'm not sure, right? So always try and keep kind of a level-headed. I know it's hard during these times when there's greed and everything's pumping and you're seeing your portfolio go up and everyone's talking about it and everyone's excited. But that is the time when it's time to get cautious. Alright, so back to the charts. What we have here is a 4-hour chart. We have a bearish divergence that we can see once again over here. And this time, after a massive run up, we have a CME gap on the CME futures chart at just around $78,000, so somewhere over there. Now, it's not a guarantee that these gaps get filled, but it is a possibility. Eventually, it will get filled, whether that's in the next bear market or now. But what I'm saying is that it's not impossible that due to all this greed that we're seeing and the fact that we haven't had a decent pullback, what if we get some sort of flush where Bitcoin goes back to this level to fill that somewhere over there, and a quick flush somewhere to between 80 and 78,000, which is just over a $10,000 drop, which would liquidate a lot of leverage. It would scare a lot of people. It would get a lot of people who FOMO bought the top. It would get them to feel pretty uncomfortable. And then what if we arrange here a little bit and continue to go back up after that? And if we get this is what I'm looking for, because I think after this drop, we will get a rotation into altcoins and we'll see a massive pump in altcoins. And that is why during this part, right, when we get this flush, obviously if we get it, but when we get it, it's coming at some point, whether it's now, whether it's in a week from now, a month from now, at some point we're going to get a major pullback, $10,000 or more. When we get that, that's when I want to be looking to bid on altcoins, both spot coins, but also with leverage, lower leverage, 3 to 5x in my opinion. If you want a place to trade, by the way, check out BLOFIN Exchange. I do use them personally. That's where I trade. The link is in the description down below. If you want extra bonuses and discounts and giveaways and stuff like that, sign up through my link in the description. It's a good place to trade. But that's basically what I'm looking for. So on this flush, that is going to be the place where I'm looking to bid altcoins and hopefully then get that really alt-season euphoric pump in altcoins that we've been waiting for, and we still haven't seen it yet. Yes, we've seen meme coins go nuts, we've seen other coins go pretty crazy, but like I've showed you in previous videos, a lot of altcoins are still way down from their previous cycle highs. They haven't started to move yet. I suspect after this next flush, after that, when the capital rotates, that is when we start to see the moves, and that is when hopefully we're going to get 3x, 5x, 10x, maybe 20x on altcoins in the next several weeks or months, and that is going to be the time to make real big profits, hopefully, in my opinion anyways. So if you want to know what I'm doing in real time, I share all my trades, leverage trades, spot trades, what I'm buying, all of that in real time in my VIP Discord on a daily basis. Come and join us, especially right now during these times. It is completely worth it, and it's just a no-brainer. Again, it's even a risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee if you're not happy, but I'm doubling the price on December 3rd, so you have a couple weeks left, and the longer you wait, anyways, before the price doubles, the longer you wait, this bull market is pumping every single day, every single week, makes a huge difference. So come and join, come and learn Take advantage, make the most out of this bull market. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you inside VIP.